Welcome everyone. So I want to do a couple of sessions on, I'm putting this politely, things I believe need to change within Aikido. The art's been around a long time now, you could say 80 years, something like that, and the arts that it derived from have been around hundreds of years. The traditional Budo side of it is a wonderful thing, but society and fashions within martial arts have evolved, especially in the last 20, 30 years. And I think for Aikido to continue to exist, it has to accept that things like MMA exist, that things like YouTube, hello everyone, exists. There is a greater breadth of information freely available out there, and I think not only do we have to be honest about what we're doing, but I think we have to look at the way we train and the way we progress as martial artists to allow the art to evolve and stay relevant. So one of the first things that comes to mind within traditional Aikido training is the kneeling pins. Now, obviously, I understand that from a beginner's perspective, this is a great way of teaching people connection with their partner. And can I borrow you, Joe, please? Thank you. Sure. It's teaching me to take my partner's balance. It's teaching me to stay connected. It's teaching me to keep this in front of my center line. I'm not using strength, I'm using my body. There's rotation, and it's just allowing me to make the Ikkyo shape and understand, and my partner stays below me. Also some basic mechanics of how to apply the pin. Obviously the arm is higher than the shoulder, etc. That's fantastic. It's a great learning system for newer people. And of course the wrist grabs, again, a very basic fundamental way of getting people to understand the interaction between two mechanical systems. But the problem I have with it is if I've got someone that's been training 10 years and they're still finishing every Ikkyo pin on their knees, that says to me that there's no progression. So, if you're going to put some application into this, like a real life kind of what can I learn, how can I apply this to something that actually has a martial use, I'm never going to be going down on my knees, am I? I remember the first time I was taught this, a million years ago. You had to get the third point engaged, and then you slid through into here. No mention of a temi initially. It was just sliding through that way and then down onto the floor. And then they used to do a finish where they had to take a tano and they would roll the hand forwards and sit like this. And that's fine. I understand there's lots of things in that. Stops people using strength, it gets people to learn to extend the weight underside, all this good stuff. But by the time people are 2 or 3 years down the line, surely there's a better way of doing this. All right, or an additional way, shall we say. So what you want to have a go at, from any Ikkyo, you can do it from a strike or whatever you want, but just from Ihami is fine. Just from here, now I'm already level there, so I've got to get the shoulder lower. I'm going to drop my back hip and lead this out slightly by rotating sideways through my feet. I've got a rotation that way to drop the shoulder, and then I can move my entire structure through a third point. That gives me some control. I just want you to take it to here, okay? Just get used to lowering your center. So I'm not bending over like this, I'm not giving my kazushi away, I'm not into my toes, I'm still down. I've just dropped down to my lowest level, if you like, and I've still got the control. Have a play around with it. For some of you guys that are a bit taller, you might have to go down onto one knee or something like that. But again, if you can avoid it, when you're here, obviously you're having a temi, but just see if you can apply the same feeling of control and weight underside that you would do if you're on your knees. There's no reason why this can't be part of the next level of training. Have a go.